what Holliston brings to the game tonight. If it'll be a lot more of the same of what they've done in the past, or if they have a whole new offense, a whole new defense, if they bring in all new wrinkles, or if it'll be kind of more of the same old, we know what works and we're going to keep doing it. It'll be interesting to kind of see what happens here with Holliston.
Well, even though we're only 2 weeks away from the playoff, non-playoff schedule, it feels like we haven't done many games this year. We've only seen this team once.
Yeah, this is crazy to be this far into the season, and I still feel like I'm just getting my feet wet into the season.
Right.
So, yeah, it's unusual to be this far in and haven't had a chance to see them very much.
I'll tell you what, though, we're likely going to be very busy the next few weeks, that's for sure. As, of course, tonight we got the Holliston Panthers in town, and then next week we got the Norwood Mustangs coming to town.
Yeah, and a rare Thursday night game next week.
Right. And then
remind the fans to tune in on Thursday.
That's right, Thursday night football on HCAM. That's where it's at. And then after that, you could be back home for a playoff or non-playoff game the following week. So I think we're about to get a large dose of Hopkinton Hillers football.
Right, yeah, it's going to turn around where we haven't seen them much. Now we're going to get a lot of them coming from now on.
All right, well, we're getting settled in. Why don't we take a look at the TVL large standings? You got Westwood at 4-1 at the top of the league, and then everybody else, they're kind of just mixed in there. Ashland 2-3,
all
Dedham
losing records.
Right, Dedham 2-3, Norwood 2-3, Holliston 2-3, Hopkinton 1-4. And then in the TVL small, similar situation. Millis 4-2, Medway 3-2, Norton 3-2, Bellingham 3-3, Dover Sherborne 2-3, and Medfield 2-3. So pretty competitive league, you might say.
Yeah, a lot of teams beating up on each other really is what's happening in that league right there.
Absolutely, and we'll see which team is gonna beat up on the other one tonight, as this is a great rivalry, Wally, and we got the captains meeting at midfield, and it looks like a couple inactives for the Hillers to tell you about.
Yeah, Julian Rivard, number 7, is your usual starting quarterback, and he appears to be in street clothes, so it looks like we will.
Danny Boulos as well.
Watching the Hillers without their starting quarterback tonight.
And Danny Boulos, a good running back, good linebacker. He's inactive tonight, so that's unfortunate to see for the Hillers. So they're missing 2 out of the 4 of their captains. That could be a little bit rough. Why don't we send it to the PA announcements and the opening?
As tonight, the Tri-Valley League rival Holliston Panthers take on your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Holliston is led by head coach Mike Uroff, while Mark Sanborn is at the helm for the 2024 Hillers. Captains for the Panthers are Charlie Stott, Lucas Beamkoff, and Caleb Greenberg. The 2024 Hiller captains are Danny Boulos, Jacob Desolitz, Julian Rivard, and Sean Baker. The Tri-Valley League is committed to the highest ideals of sportsmanship in establishing a healthy environment for interscholastic competition. The league will not tolerate negative statements or actions directed towards competitors, game officials, or fans. Such actions including taunting, trash talking, and berating of players, coaches, or officials. The Tri-Valley League has adopted a zero-tolerance policy. Warnings will not be issued. Offenders will be ejected from the premises. So please respect all decisions made by officials. Please respect fellow fans, coaches, participants, and opponents alike. Now, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, performed tonight by HHS Band under the direction of Mr. Craig Hay.
anthem. And Wally, it's pink out night tonight. All the student section dressed in pink in support of breast cancer awareness, as it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And you see some pink on the equipment on the field, on the players as well. But great atmosphere here tonight. Packed stands, big crowd from Holliston, huge crowd from Hopkinton. This should be a fun one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. We love having these rivals that come into town like Holliston or Ashland. So these are the great ones. These are the good ones you wait for.
And welcome. You're welcomed inside of the booth. We got the booth camera going tonight, but right now we're going to go to the field as Holliston is ready to kick it away. The Panthers won the toss and deferred. Hopkinton is receiving to start this game. So we'll get a look at a kind of a new look Hiller offense with the Julian Rivard injury situation as he is inactive tonight.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of an offense the Hillers will run, if it's going to be more conservative or if they'll do something different.
Connor Teague sends the kickoff sailing into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Wow, big kickoff into the end zone.
It was.
That's a big leg out there for a high school boy.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that field goals might be a possibility for Holliston.
Right, yeah, deep
like
ones. Yeah, outside the usual just chip shots.
So coming out to the offensive huddle, you got Josh Buentello, the junior, who will lead the offense tonight and get the start at quarterback. And Buentello, he was a big piece of the Hillers' success. In the one game we saw, he had some good running plays and was also used at times as a receiver, but he's the quarterback tonight. He'll take the first snap and take it himself up the middle for a pretty good gain.
Yeah, nice run there by Quintello. He had called his own number. Quarterback run right up the middle, right behind the right guard there for about 5 yards.
Gain of about 5, second down.
All right, that'll make it 2nd and 5 for the Hillers. Hopkinton in the green unis, working right to left across your screen. The Holliston Panthers in the white with the red numbering. Buentello to the line. He's going to line up out of the gun with a back to his left. 2 receivers either side. He'll hand it off. Up the middle goes number 17, I believe that was, Gavin Vogel, and he is stopped after a short gain. So a couple run plays to start things off for the Hillers. That'll bring up 3rd down. He actually might have lost a yard
there. It's going to be 3rd and 6 here.
On the
Hillers.
On the tackle for Holliston was the captain, Lucas Badenkoff.
I did like the formation they had. You know, you kind of assuming they're going to run, but they did run the 3 wide receivers to the left formation, kind of giving the illusion of a pass play to kind of open up something, but it didn't fool Holliston on that play.
Buentello out of the gun once again with Vogel to his right. Motion from left to right. It's a low snap, and the ball fumbled. Looked like it was recovered by Nick Pedroli, and it's going to be a loss of about 4 or 5 yards there.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there. Lose the snap on a play where you really need 6 yards, and they're going to lose 5. So that's going to looking at like a 4th and 11, 4th and 12 here, and Hopkinton will be forced to punt.
Well, you have to have good snaps in this game, Wally.
Right, and we've seen they've had trouble with that over the last year and a half with high snaps. That's the first low one that I've seen watching this team. A late addition to the field there by the Hillers, and shorthanded out there for the punt.
So there is motion. Hillers look like they're going to punt it away. Another low snap there, and Buentello just gets it away. And he's also handling the punting duties as well. And for a low snap and a punt that was nearly blocked, it takes a pretty good roll for the Hillers back to the 46-yard line.
Yeah, great punt there. Really had, the rushers right in his face to block that. Well, good job getting that punt off.
So we'll get a look at this Holliston Panthers offense. They will start this drive from their own 46. So pretty good field position for their first drive of the game. And calling the plays, it's going to be Drew Kafka, lined up out of the gun with a back to his right, takes the snap, rolls to his right under pressure, throws upfield, he completes it, and that's a first down for the Panthers. Matt Gimblett on the catch, takes it to the Hiller 40 or so. Looks like they'll put him at the 39. So good pickup there for Holliston.
Yeah, nice sprint out by the quarterback. He had a guy chasing him, but wasn't an issue because he was sprinting out toward his right and found an open man, plopped it right into him in the open area, and for a 15 or 20-yard gain there.
15-yard gain is Kafka going to line up under center. He'll hand it off. It's a sweep to the left side by Rodenheiser. And Rodenheiser finding some room, pushing the defenders forward, and gets within the 20-yard line before he's taken down at around the 16-17.
Yeah, he had a nice run of his own, about 8 or 9 yards before he hit contact, and then the whole student body of Holliston kind of helped him out, pushed him another 10 yards. That's a nice play, nice big chunk play for them on the ground. 20 yards.
So yet another first down for Holliston as they're moving right up the field. Under center is Kafka, two back set. He'll go to the left back, and it's a run to the near side, right into the end zone. Goes Connor Teague for the 17-yard touchdown.
Yeah, he took it right behind the right tackle, and he just sliced through the Hopkins defense, without, he was touched, but nothing serious, and he just sliced right into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's something that the Hillers can't let happen. They can't let Holliston run all over them, or it's going to be a long night, Wally.
Right, and I mean, that was a 54-yard drive in 4 plays.
So now for the extra point attempt, it's good, and that will make the score. Holliston 7, the Hillers nothing, as Connor Teague kicks it through. 8:10 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that was a 4 or 5 play drive in probably less than 2.5 minutes. And I wasn't watching the clock. I know you typically do. I don't want to put you on the spot, but since there's nothing happening, I'll let you do the math. But that was an impressive drive.
Well, actually, I can give you the exact amount of time. That was a minute and 26 seconds.
That was a quick one.
And it was, 3 plays, 4 plays?
Yeah, 4 plays, I think.
So a 4-play drive for the Panthers goes 54 yards and only eats up a minute and 26 seconds of the clock as they pass and run their way right up the field, and we'll see how this Hiller defense adjusts.
Yeah, and the offense is going to have to come out and do something, or else they're going to be in the same situation by punting it away and giving the ball to Holliston in good field position again. So the offense really has to step up here.
So the Panthers are set to kick it away for the second time tonight. And in other Hiller sports news, the field hockey team got a nice 3-2 win over Holliston today. We're glad to have that game for you. And Hopkinton girls volleyball battling Westwood. We'll try to get a final on that game, as that is another good kickoff by Teague. Out of the end zone it goes, and here comes the Hiller offense.
Yeah, that was another big kick. I think that landed out of the end zone.
It did.
That was a booming kick.
You might see him in a NCAA Division I uniform sometime.
Yeah,
he has a boot.
Yeah.
And here comes the Hiller offense. Let's see what they got. They're going to have the quarterback Buentello under center, and he will take the snap, hands it off. It's a run up the far side, and nearly breaking free was Gavin Vogel.
He just got clipped on his heel at the last minute. He was the last guy they had to beat, and he would have been off to the races if he had kept his feet there. But a nice blocking by the Hillers to break him free to get him into the secondary where he's tackled by the safety on the far side.
And let's see where they mark him. It looks like they're going to put him at the
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Oh, we're going to have a flag.
Illegal
so
use of
back.
hands on the Hillers.
It's a 10-yard penalty.
It's a 10-yard penalty for illegal use of hands, so erase that run. And that will push the Hillers back to, looks like about
5 yards.
15. But it might have been from where the penalty occurred.
It could be, yeah. Right.
So the Hillers marked back at the 15, and that'll make it 1st and 15 to go. And actually was only a 5-yard penalty there. Since they are replaying first down, Buentello going to take it near side. And he is stuffed.
Yeah, he's going to lose yards there. I think he's back at about the 10.
In on the tackle for Holliston, Remy Mandeville and company.
Yeah, Buentello's trying to get around the end there. And, the Hillers, the Panthers were able to just run with him and just couldn't let him get around the corner, and they tackled him for a loss.
Looks like they marked him back a couple yards, so they are at the 13-yard line, 2nd and long. Buentello and the offense back to the line. Buentello out of the gun this time with his running back, Gavin Vogel, to his left, back to pass, throws to his right, and it completes the screen, but it goes nowhere. That was caught by Nick Pedroli, but taking him down almost immediately was Jack McGilligot.
Yeah, it looks like they got about 2 or 3 yards on that play, but yeah, he was smothered right when he caught it. But I like the idea of getting Buentello out there and throwing the ball a little bit, even if it's just for short gains right now, just to kind of get his arm going, just get his confidence up a little bit. Because if this game goes the way it already has, he's going to have to start to throw. He's going to have to start to throw the ball.
So 3rd and about 15 to go for the Hillers. Buentello is out of the gun. Vogel to his left. He has 2 receivers split out to his left. Takes the snap. Under pressure in the backfield, and he's brought down for a big loss.
Big sack there. He got hammered by about 4 guys.
He's brought down all the way at around the 8 or 9 yard line.
Yeah, Holliston's going to get the ball, I think, on the Hopkinton side of the 50-yard line here, I would assume.
So that's going to be a loss of about 6.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's a drive that went backwards about 15 yards.
The Hillers are set to punt it away on 4th down. 5 minutes and ticking left to go. The snap and the kick. It's a pretty good high-sailing punt. It'll be returned along the far side from the 38 and from the 42 and brought to about the 30. And that is where Holliston will start, so we'll have very good field position, Wally.
Yeah, they really have a short field now to work with. They're going to go from the Hopkinton 32-yard line. And we saw what they did the last time with 54 yards. So hopefully Hopkinton can slow them down a little bit. It looks like there's a flag on the play.
And it might have been something after the punt, perhaps.
It's on Holliston. I missed the
flag came in quite late.
Yeah, and I missed the referee's call, unfortunately.
Were they redoing it?
No, they're just backing him up.
All right, so it's going to be against Holliston. So instead, it looks like they will start from the 45.
It's still a short field. And the Hopkinton really has to step up here and try to get Holliston off the field.
Quarterback under center, and he will hand it off, a run up the middle, and it's a good one. And the ball, did it come out?
No.
Looks like Holliston keeps it.
Yeah, Holliston still has. That's a great run up the middle. He didn't get touched until he hit the back safety there in the secondary.
That was Austin Rodenheiser.
Austin Rodenheiser on the carry.
And he moves the chains and ended up picking up about 13 yards.
Yeah, not what you want to see on the first play.
Back to the line they go. Kafka under center, 2-back set, receiver to either side. And he will go to the right back, and it's Rodenheiser once again. This time the Hiller defense ready for him as he is stopped after a yard or two.
Yeah, good Fortunately for the Hillers, he was swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage, so he didn't get to do much damage there.
Jacob DeSidle's in on the stop for the Hillers.
Yeah, good big stop right there on the line. It slows him down a little bit, which is good.
Or Desolates, excuse me. So that'll bring up second and about
9
8 to go. 9 to go. 8.5. Let's call it 8.5. Under center, two-back set once again. He'll pitch it to the left back. This is Connor Teague testing the near side, and he finds a little room as he's pushed out of bounds around the 30.
Yeah, he looked like the Hillers had kind of run him out of bounds all the way to the sideline, and then just before he got to the sideline, he was able to turn it upfield for a decent gain of about 6 or 7 yards. So now we're looking at 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
So they mark him at the 24-yard line, and it's 3rd and short for the Panthers. Pickup of several yards there.
Yeah, the Hillers only have 2 down linemen on the line. They need to stack that up or they're going to bust right through. There it is.
They go out of the eye that time, and the fullback, Max Morrow, pushes through for the first down and gets to about the Hiller 16-yard line.
I'm surprised that was the way the Hillers lined up on D with big wide gaps on the defensive line when Holliston had a short gain to go for the first down. You'd think they would kind of shore up put everybody in the box kind of thing and try to stop the short run, and they were not able to do that.
So that was an 8-yard pickup.
On 3rd and 2.
And Kafka this time going to go out of the gun with a back to his left. Takes the snap, looking upfield, has time, rolls to his left under pressure. And will he find any room? No, was trying to find some room along the edge, but pushed out of bounds as quickly pursuing was Jake Desolates and company.
Yeah, that's good secondary coverage out there by the Hillers. Hillers defense, good man-to-man defense on all the receivers out there. So Kafka wasn't able to find any receivers, kind of running around, biding his time. He did have an open lane to run, but he didn't take it. He was hoping for his receivers to get open, and then finally was kind of angled out of bounds for only a two-yard gain.
And Kafka under center once again, two-back set, hands it off to Teague. Teague along the near side, and he's brought down at around the 10. So able to find a little room there and get awfully close to that first down marker.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit by the Hillers on the line there. Didn't let him turn upfield for a big gain, but he did, turn up and, put his head down and try to get up there. So, but Hillers were there.
So they mark him at the 12 on a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 6 for the Panthers.
Now here's where the Hillers have to stand up right here on a 3rd down, not 3rd and short, and kind of keep him from getting the first down, and hopefully letting Holliston settle for a field goal rather than you don't want to go to 2-down territory here.
Kafka going to line it up out of the pistol with a two-back set to his left. He's going to roll to his left, looking upfield, throws upfield, incomplete.
Yeah, that was a really good kind of play-action handoff there. I was fooled for a second. Then he kind of rolled out slowly like he didn't have the ball. I like that. And then, just like before the last play, he was waiting for his receivers to get open, and they did not. So more good coverage in the secondary by the Hillers.
I believe that was Alex Pacholi on coverage.
Especially on a play-action pass, on a play-action play like that, where the secondary can be fooled and start to head toward the line. So that's good discipline by the secondary, the Hillers.
So that will bring up 4th down. It looks like the Panthers are going to go for it. They are deep in Hiller territory, so why not? Kafka going to line it up out of the gun, back to his left. He'll hand it off, and it's going to be a run up the far side.
Defense.
And a great hit delivered as Rodenheiser was trying to find some more room. And the Hillers stop the Panthers and take over on downs. I believe it was Neil Rhodes leading the way on the hit for the Hillers.
Yeah, a couple of good defensive plays there by the Hillers at the end of that drive. Especially on the 2 where Kafka was waiting for his receivers to get open, which never did. And Hillers were able to keep very, very small gains on those plays once Holliston got down near the goal line. So good for them, forcing it over on downs.
So the Hillers are going to start this drive from about their own 8-yard line, so they are deep in their own territory.
That's the price they had to pay for the good defense.
And that handoff not going to get very far, as trying to cut up the middle was Vogel, but he was stopped by a number of Holliston Panthers there, including Kylie Vargas. And that will bring up second down and 13 to go, so they actually marked them back 3 yards.
Yeah, we're right just under a minute to go here in the first quarter, too. We'll see if the Hillers can get 2 plays out of this or if they'll be happy just with 1.
Well, the Hillers, they're trying to run the ball, but Holliston, they're not having it. They're doing pretty well at stopping the run, so we'll see if the Hillers switch it up to more of a pass offense. Quintello under center. 2-back set. He'll hand it off, and this time they're going to see if Petroli can find any room. He won't find much. Leading the way for Holliston, the captain, Lucas Badenkoff.
Yeah, the Hillers are kind of, I mean, Holliston has all their defense within 10 yards of the line, so they're not really afraid of a long pass play. They're kind of playing a cover 1 out there with 1 safety kind of deep on the last play, and the rest, everybody else is in man-to-man, so they're kind of putting a hat on every player here.
They go hurry-up offense. Snap was a little bit low, so Quintello takes it himself, and he gets maybe a yard or 2.
That play will conclude the first quarter.
And that is going to do it for the first quarter. So when we return for the second quarter, the Hillers are going to be facing a 4th down situation.
Yeah, 4th and 13. I like that the Hillers were able to get 2 plays off with under a minute to go in the quarter, even though it's not essential and they're not really up against it at the end of a quarter. But it's nice that they're showing that they can have that kind of urgency and get out there and get the plays in, get to the line and run them when they need to. I think last year that was a bigger problem. I think that's something that they've worked on and largely are doing a great job correcting that.
Absolutely. So we will switch ends and get underway with the second quarter. It will likely have a situation where the Hillers will be punting the ball away, as this Holliston defense not letting the Hillers run the ball. And Wally, quite simply, I think you got to go to the pass.
Yeah, they really have to, even if it's, and they don't have to throw deep vertical bombs down the field. But they do have to open it up by starting to throw to the receivers, maybe out behind, outside the numbers, or even just crossing patterns over the middle, just short passes, just something so that the Panthers can't just be keying on the run every play, and that's where they've been getting into trouble so far.
So the Hillers set to punt it away. Quick TVL update for you at the half. Medway leading Medfield 14-13. Try to keep you updated with all the TVL action going on, and this punt not going to be a very good one, a wobbly punt.
Yeah, kind of
that'll
shanked.
land at the 28, but takes a nice Hiller roll back to about the 37.
They're really giving Holliston great field position to start every one of their drives, and that's going to hurt them in the long run if they keep doing that. Obviously, yeah.
Yes.
That's me, Captain Obvious.
Yeah, I mean, every drive for Holliston so far, except the first one, which started at their own 46, which is still good field position.
Right. Just at midfield, basically.
It started in Hiller territory. So Kafka and the Panthers offense back out on the field. 2-back set, receivers spread out to either side. Kafka going to line it up under center. And, runs into his own running back there. Teague's in trouble in the backfield. And he is going to be dragged down for a big loss. All the way back at about the 47. Leading the charge for the Hillers, none other than Jacob Desolates.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for the Hillers to take advantage to a minor mess up in the backfield by Holliston. They ran into each other, but still shouldn't have been a disaster, and they really lost another 5 yards after that happened. And good way for the Hillers to kind of keep him contained in the backfield and not let him break free.
So that's about a 9-yard loss or so for Holliston.
Yeah, that's a top defensive play for for the Hillers so far.
They're back at the Hiller 46-yard line, second and long. And they're going to hand it off once again. They'll test the middle. Fighting his way to about the 41-40 was Connor Teague.
Yeah, got about 5 yards out of that. A hard fought 5 yards right there. Hillers really hit him hard. Well, they gave him 6 yards on that.
So mark him for 6, and that'll bring up third and about 12 to go. We'll see if Holliston tries to draw up a passing play here. The Panthers, they haven't had too much success throwing the ball either.
I think they've had one reception, but it was a nice play, but they only one.
Yeah, the 15-yarder on the touchdown drive. Kafka takes the snap under pressure, gonna turn back to his left, throws upfield, incomplete. Intended target was Austin Rodenheiser. Pretty good job getting rid of the ball with a lot of defensive pressure coming in, and Wally, you can see this Hiller defense, they're being aggressive and they're just straight out blitzing, and it's working.
Good scrambling by Kafka, the quarterback, because they were in the backfield on him. And again, though, what really made that play was, I think, the coverage in the secondary. So he had no one to go to, and he overthrew that ball, and it was a safe throw for him on the sidelines, so they didn't turn it over. But that's a nice defensive stand by the Hillers, and hopefully Holliston will punch.
We're going to get a penalty.
Oh.
Pass interference is the call.
Automatic first down.
So that's going to be 15 yards and a first down for the Panthers.
I didn't even see the flag out there.
I didn't either. So Holliston going to move all the way up to the, actually it's a 20-yard penalty. They're going to move up to the 26-yard line. So a big break for the Panthers, a rough penalty for the Hillers.
Yeah, that'll be a tough one for the Hillers to swallow. Let's see how they handle this and how they react.
Kafka lined up under center, two-back set, hands it off. And testing the right side of the defense is Rodenheiser, and he gets a few there.
Yeah, that's a nice run. He didn't hit any resistance till after he was through the line of scrimmage. That's good blocking up front by the Panthers.
Ball is marked at the 17-yard line, so he actually ended up picking up like 9 yards.
8 or 9 yards, yeah, that was a decent run.
Second down and 3.
Like I said, he didn't get touched until he was through the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line they go. Kafka under center, the two-back set once again. And he will hand it off. This time it's Teague fighting his way up the middle and resisting the defenders, pushing his way forward, and is brought down at around the 5.
Well, you know what? We've seen this a couple of times. The Holliston runners, when they get wrapped up, they keep themselves up and they wait for the Holliston rest of their team to come from behind and push the pile. And they've done it a couple of times to a great advantage. They've got another 5 yards out of that one. They did that for 10 yards earlier.
And my eyes deceived me a bit there, Wally. That was around the 10. But it was a good gainer for the Panthers of several yards.
Yeah, second and 3 here.
Second and 3 now as Kafka is going to line it up out of the gun, calls it out. Will hand it off up the middle, and nearly getting there is Max Morrow.
So I was fooled by the scoreboard. Scoreboard said second and 3, but it was first and 10. So that's a gain of about 9. So it's going to be second and 1 here.
And the Panthers have the ball at, looks like the Hiller 2.
And we've got a Hiller player who's shaken up here on the field. That's number 78.
So we have an injured player, a timeout on the field, 8:10 left to go. Holliston driving once again. And Wally, it all comes back to that rough penalty against the Hillers.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially when it's an important play, like it was a long third down, and they had held them, and then to give it up on a penalty is a tough one to swallow. And you hope they come right back out and stand up strong there, but it really gives them momentum to Holliston, and they've kind of taken it.
So it was Ryan Morin who was a little shooken up for the Hillers, and he was able to walk off under his own power, so that's certainly a good sign. Back to the line goes the Panthers. And they have, looks like a 2nd and 1 from the 2. But they're not thinking about the first down, that's for sure. And it's going to be a run right into the end zone by Austin Rodenheiser.
Is that his 2nd touchdown?
That is his first. Connor Teague had the other one. So Rodenheiser gets one, Teague gets one, and the Panthers are leading 13-0 pending the extra point.
Yeah, they have a good double-barreled running back situation back there.
They certainly do, and they are heavily utilizing it tonight.
And the extra point is good.
14-0, Panthers leading with 7:46 left to go in the first half. Hillers offense will need to get going to try to get back in this game. That was a 4-minute, 3-second drive by Holliston that started at the Hiller 37-yard line. They go 37 yards in just over 4 minutes.
It was really turned around for them by that pass interference penalty by the Hillers, though, on the 3rd down and 20 or whatever it was. That's too bad. Now the Hillers, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again here. Unfortunately, now the Hillers offense has to come out and do something. And even if they don't score, they really do need to gain some yards here just to keep the ball and get it deep into Holliston territory, so Holliston doesn't start again with the ball in Hopkinton territory, which is how it's been going all night so far. And they, Hopkinton's been back on their heels the whole game.
Well, it's certainly tough. You got your 2nd-string quarterback out there, and kind of a rough situation to be coming into, but we'll see if they can figure things out. And that kickoff landed right at the 25-yard line and didn't move a smidge as Reese Goldweber picked it up and took it for a couple yards. Hillers are going to start this drive from the 28-yard line.
It's their best starting position here for the game. So like I said, hopefully we can gain some yards and see what happens when see if the Hiller defense, if they don't score, how the Hiller defense can play if they can get the ball deeper into Holliston territory.
Quintello lined up out of the gun with a back to his right. Motion from left to right. Takes the snap. Under pressure. Throws the screen. And there is a flag on the play as Pedroli is able to take it a couple yards after the catch to about the 26-27. But this one...
roughing the passer. That's going to be
that's a
15-yarder here for against the Holliston Panthers.
Huge break for the Hillers. And this is going to give the Hillers a new set of downs and move them quite a ways up the field, all the way to the 43.
This is probably the deepest penetration that Hopkinton's had against Holliston all night. So hopefully they can do something with it here.
So 15-yard penalty for roughing the passer. 1st and 10 for the Hillers.
First and 10, and about the 45-yard line.
Quintello and the offense is up to the line. Quintello going to line it up out of the gun with Vogel to his right. Takes the snap under pressure, gets rid of it. Up the near side and incomplete.
Blitz by Holliston and
intended target Trevor Blinn.
Yeah, Holliston blitzed Buentello there, and he got the ball away quickly, but he wasn't able to step into it and get it as far deep as he wanted to. So it was kind of a jump ball there, unfortunately.
That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Hillers. But Wally, I was glad to see him try a pass play, but that O-line, they need to hold up a little bit and give Buentello some time.
Yeah, it was a blitz, and I do like that he got rid of it quickly.
Mattel going to line it up under center this time. He's going to have a 3-back set. And he will go to the up back, which is Pedroli. And Pedroli looks like he might have got back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
I think he lost a yard there. Well, yeah, or right on.
They'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Hillers.
3rd and 10.
Hillers trying to, and you can tell that they're trying different things out there.
Right.
To deal with this Holliston, this stingy Holliston defense.
Right, and now the Holliston, the cornerbacks are giving them, the receivers room at least like 7 or 8 yards here to get going. So hopefully he has time to get into a pattern, and he really didn't.
Intended target, Nick Pedroli, but the pass a little too far in front of him. That'll bring up 4th down. It looks like the Hillers are going to be punting away.
Let's see if we can get one deeper into the Holliston end of the field and see if the Hillers defense can do something, outside of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Back to punt. That
nice
time
punt,
it
nice
was
punt.
Reese Goldweber, and
He muffed it.
it'll land at the 25.
Yeah, nice.
And he'll get nowhere.
Yeah, that's a nice one. He muffs the punt, picks it up, and by the time he gets control of it, the Hiller Gunners are already there waiting for him, and they tore him down right where he picked up the ball.
Neil Rhodes on the tackle for the Hillers.
And a nice punt, too. Nice deep punt.
Holliston is going to be starting from around their own 20.
Right on their own 20.
6 minutes left to go.
So this adds a little different dynamic to what we've seen so far. So I kind of like the Hillers, with defense with more room to spare, where they have more chances to make plays. And I think they'll do better here with more opportunities to where everything's not a life or death coming in their own end zone.
Kafka going to line it up out of the pistol. He'll hand it off, and a run up the middle. No, the far side, rather. And there is a flag on the play as the running back was able to fight his way up to about the 30. Let's see what the penalty is about.
Well, it was that tackle of the wrong player at the line of scrimmage, I think. We'll see who's it on if it's on.
I think it's going to be on the Hillers.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hopkinton. Holding. Oh, it's a holding call against the Panthers. So I thought wrong. Well, offset. We got offsetting penalties, 1st down.
Yeah, I was thinking it might have been holding where they both went down together, but I guess they didn't like the way the Hopkinton Hiller player kind of gave it to him.
So we'll replay 1st down, essentially. And here comes Kafka and the offense. This time Kafka going to line it up out of the gun. 3 receivers to his left. He'll hand it off. And Connor Teague finding some room up the middle. It's all the way to the 39. A 19-yard pickup by Teague.
Yeah, great run right up the right side. I like the way Kafka does have a lot of poise in the pocket there. He's not rushed. He kind of takes his time, and he's a little sleight of hand back there. He kind of likes to, try to deke the defenders with how he handles the ball.
Actually, it looks like they marked him back at around the 38.
Yeah, so it's like a 17-yard gain.
But Panthers will take it, a new set of downs. And this Holliston Panthers running game, the dual threat in the backfield, paying off. Kafka is going to be out of the gun this time. Takes the snap. Looks upfield. Under pressure and dragged down.
Yeah, that's a secondary sack right there. Again,
Sean Brown with the sack.
The Hillers are really doing a great job defending the receivers out there. And Kafka really has nowhere to go with the ball once he starts looking around. And he's athletic enough to get out of the pocket, which kind of scares you, but the Hillers are able to stay with him, and that time they were able to bring him down for a sack. That's a nice play for the Hillers right there. So a good one for the secondary.
So they mark him back at the 34, about a 4-yard loss on the sack. And that'll bring up second down and long. Kafka under center. And he will hand it off to Teague, and Teague finding some room, cuts to the far side. The 40, the 35 push out of bounds at around the Hiller 30. A huge gainer there.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say that was a big gainer right there. Boy, they're having success running to the right side off their tackle. That was a big one.
They'll mark him down at the 34. So that's about, 28 yards or so for Teague.
Looked like about a half a mile while it was happening.
Under center once again is Kafka. He's going to hand it off once again. This time it's Rodenheiser.
Nice
cutting
tackle.
to the near side. Good tackle by
really nice
Neil
tackle.
Rhodes once again.
Great tackle. I don't know if you noticed, if you saw Kafka, the quarterback, on that, he turns his back to the defense, holds the ball in his own stomach, and waits for the players to run by him before he hands off to someone. It's a nice little display of deception that he does back there, and I kind of like it.
Rodenheiser ended up picking up 5 yards on that run. Second and 5, 3:14 and ticking left to go in the half. So clock not too much of a concern yet for the Holliston Panthers as they huddle up and will casually head to the line.
No, the clock is really on their side for the rest of the game here. It's the Hillers that have to worry about the clock and stopping it. They might want to start calling some timeouts.
Kafka out of the gun, a man in the backfield, and he has two receivers either side. Under pressure, rolling to his right, throws upfield, and that was complete.
Nope.
Oh, no. Incomplete.
Yeah, that was a nice play. It looked like he had it. But a little rushed out there because Kafka was under pressure, threw it on the run. It would have been, I think, a little bit of a difficult catch for the receiver. Not impossible, but the Hillers will take it and stop the clock on that play. It's down to 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Intended target was Austin Rodenheiser, the junior. Good coverage upfield by the Hillers. Third and 5 now for the Panthers. Kafka going to line it up under center. Teague is his left back. Rodenheiser's his right back. He'll go Teague. And looking for some room, but not finding much.
Yeah, I don't think he has enough there for the first down.
He's going to be stopped at around the 25.
Yeah, 4th and 2. If I'm Holliston, I'm running. I'm going for it. You know, why not?
Looks like they will. 3-yard pickup there. 4th and 2. We'll see if the Hiller defense can clamp down.
This is a big play right here, going into halftime for the Hillers, one way or the other.
Kafka hands it off to the fullback. Did he get there?
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close.
This is a big play, whether or not the Hillers go into the...
That was Max Morrow on the carry. I think he might have gotten it, Wally.
No one's celebrating.
Yep, he got it.
There it is, yeah, first down. So that's a tough one. Now, the Hillers have run the risk of letting Holliston run into the end zone, but right before the half, and they're down 3 touchdowns, where if they had stopped them there, then they could have hung their hat on a nice defensive stand and gone into halftime only down 2 touchdowns. But still got a minute 35 to go to see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, Holliston's going to run out of time if they don't start hurrying it up a little bit here.
Like I said, I don't think they're worried about the time so much as the Hillers
for the half, I mean.
Yeah.
Kafka is going to pitch it back over to Quinn, and we get a flag.
Flags everywhere.
It looks like Quinn was going to maybe pass. A little flea flicker there, and Sean Brown brought him down.
They blew that play dead, actually, because they didn't let the tackle. That's going to be a false start, maybe?
That's what I would assume,
Yep,
yeah.
Illegal procedure, false start.
So that'll push him back 5.
5-yard penalty, you play first down.
We'll make it 1st and 15 to go.
It looks like we got a timeout.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout on the field. 1:19 left to go in the first half. A 14-0 lead for the Holliston Panthers. And some TVL updates. Congratulations to Medfield Warriors girls volleyball. They are the TVL small champions with their win today. And also Westwood defeated Norwood in volleyball via a sweep. A local update, Franklin leading Attleboro at the half 7-0, and the head coach of Franklin's Todd Kiley, who was the head coach of Holliston Panthers for many years. So he's having some good success over in Franklin. And Ashland leading Dedham 23-8 with 8:04 left to go in that game. Kafka going to line it up out of the gun with Teague to his left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Teague up the middle, and he'll fight his way to about the 11-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 21-yard line.
I think we've got they're winding the clock now, so 1:06 to go. And they're huddling up. You're really not rushing at all.
Clock is now running under a minute to go in the half.
So that ended up being about a 6-yard pickup.
Now we've got a timeout. That's going to be Holliston.
Some confusion on the Holliston offense. They'll take a timeout. 50 seconds left to go in the half. Can the Hiller defense stall them? We shall find out soon.
Yeah, it'll be big if they can't keep them out of the end zone in the next 50 seconds, I think. Keeps the game within reach. Hopefully, if they can keep them from scoring at all, keeps the game within 2 scores. And, also a morale booster, keeping Holliston out of the end zone after a, 80-yard drive here. So this will be a big 50 seconds here for the Hillers.
Norton Lancers leading Dover Sherborne 24-0, so they're having a nice night so far. As we look across the TVL during these game breaks. And here we go. Kafka going to line it up under center. And he will take the snap, hands it off. It's Teague up the middle. Teague escapes the tackle and gets right into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Wow, that's a tough one. That's his second touchdown of the game. Now I'm sure of it.
So that is.
Yeah, right up that right side where they've had right guard, right tackle combination on the right side of their line. They've run well up there today. They've had good success.
And that is indeed his second touchdown of the game. Wait, did they call it back? They're calling it back. Erase that. We're going to have a holding call, I believe.
We're sitting here blabbing on about it, and they're walking it back, obviously, where everyone else can see except for us, because we're looking at each other.
So a hold against Holliston. Erase the touchdown. And the Hillers are in business with a chance to stop them. 40 seconds left in the half. Panthers are pushed all the way back to the 31.
Only 40 seconds left here.
Kafka out of the gun, takes the snap, throws up the middle, nearly intercepted, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, high throw, kind of too high for his receiver there, and tipped up in the air and almost up for grabs for anybody who could have been there. But unfortunately for the Hillers, no one in there deep in the middle of the field behind the receiver.
That'll bring up third down and 20 to go for the Panthers.
5 seconds taken off the clock by that play, so we're looking at 35 seconds here.
And you'd have to imagine the Panthers are going to try a pass play with significant yardage to go to get the first down. Kafka out of the gun, takes the snap. No. Oh, he fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws up the sideline, hits his target, and he's brought out of bounds close to the first down. That was Austin Rodenheiser corralling it in.
Yeah, that's a nice play. I don't know if you catching what I'm seeing with Kafka in the backfield. Couple of fakes there, one up in the air, one down low, and he finally hands off to the guy. No, he doesn't. He runs out and throws it for a nice gain down the right sideline, and they get out of bounds to stop the clock.
So they mark him at the 15-yard line. That was a 16-yard pickup, but still short of the first down. So now it's 4th and about 3 to go for the Panthers. Let's see where that. Looks like the first down marker right around the 12-yard line. Kafka out of the gun, takes the snap, rolls to his left, play action, throws upfield, it's complete, and touchdown. Fighting his way into the end zone and getting there.
Rodenheiser
is the Panthers receiver.
Oh, no. Number 9.
Number 9, that would be Max Morrow.
Yeah, I thought that was Rosenheiser. But that's another nice play by Kafka behind the line of scrimmage. A couple of hand fakes, and then finds an open receiver on the goal line. And give credit to Max Morrow there to get into the end zone. He caught it on about the 2 and had to fight his way in.
So a big momentum boost for the Panthers after that holding call that cost them a touchdown earlier in that drive. They get the touchdown anyway. A 16-yard touchdown completion from Drew Kafka to Max Morrow. And the extra point is good, 21-0 Panthers.
Well, Holliston now has shown that they can take the ball from deep in their own territory and go the whole way and chew up the clock and score, even just as easily as they can getting a short field and racing it in.
Right. So the Hillers will get the ball and maybe run a play or two, but won't have much time to do too much. But at this point, you're down 21-0. You might maybe try a long pass.
Right. I wonder if they're going to kick it through the end zone again, or if they're going to try another little chip shot to the 25.
They might keep it on the ground, but if they have faith, he could just kick it out of the end zone. Maybe they'll let him do that. He certainly has the leg for it. Teague, he's going to air that one out. End over end to the end zone. And that is exactly what the Panthers wanted to do. And the Hiller offense coming back out to the field with 15 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, they really only have time for 2 plays here if they can get out of bounds or call a timeout after the first one. Here comes Puentello back onto the field with the play.
So we'll see what the play call is here. Will they go conservative and just run it, or will they try for a pass?
Well, it doesn't appear they're going to kneel on it, so they're going to try something, it looks like.
Puentello going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left, and he's going to fake the handoff and take it himself up the middle, seeing if he can find a little room. Gets about a yard or
8 seconds left.
And it looks like they're going to let the clock just run out.
Let it go.
Probably the smart move there. And that is going to do it for the first half. At the halftime break, it's Holliston 21, Hopkinton Hillers nothing. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers varsity football on HCAM. We'll be back in a few minutes.
If you're feeling chilly during this halftime, great time to get to this. We'll kick off. Go for it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back in to David M. Hughes Stadium. Welcome into the press box. Tom Nappy alongside Wally Hannaberry. And we're getting ready for the second half. 21-0 Holliston Panthers lead. Wally, It's going to be interesting to see what adjustments the Hillers make. I mean, their defense not playing that bad at all, but they've been on the field quite a bit.
Right.
So they need to find a way to keep that offense out there and give the defense a little bit of a break.
Right. Yeah, they really have. The defense has played up and down. They've let up some really big running plays, but they've also held Holliston deep when they've needed to, and they also are playing very well in the secondary on the pass plays. They're covering very well the Holliston receivers. Boy, we're getting a little high traffic area back here. Like I said, the Hillers secondary is playing very well on the defense. It'll be interesting, right, to see what happens when the Hillers come out on offense, especially to see if they do make any changes. They really have had very little offense to show for what they've done in the first half, so hopefully they can come out and show us a little something different, and we will see. So the Hillers are going to kick off to Holliston to start the second half. Unfortunately, Holliston's on a little bit of a momentum. They scored going right into halftime, so they're looking for a double score here. Hopefully the Hillers can really show their defense and kind of keep Holliston from scoring.
Absolutely. As the Hillers tee it up, and they are set to kick it away, and we are set to begin the second half. Congratulations to the Hiller girls volleyball team as they beat Westwood in 5 sets, 3-2. A huge win over the top team in the TVL. And look at this. Was that a onside attempt of thing?
Yeah, just a little chip shot, try to pop it right over the first line of the blockers there, and hopefully they could get a little something if it found some open space back there, but it didn't. And one of the Holliston upmen was able to catch it safely and just kneel down on it.
Fairly caught by Kyle Raffi for Holliston, and they will start this drive from their own 40.
Yeah,
work left to right across your screen.
Yeah, the Hillers really had an opportunity to give the give Holliston some poor field position. They kind of gave it away with trying to like a trick play. Unfortunately, now the Holliston's working with good field position and a short field ahead of them.
Teague up the middle, and he fights his way forward for about 5 yards there. And Connor Teague, he's going to be someone to look out for the rest of the game. Had 101 yards rushing in the first half.
That's a load. And I bet Rodenheiser had at least half of that, too.
Well, Rodenheiser had 30 yards overall, but
both of them very successful back there.
But it was Rodenheiser with 2 touchdowns. So if you have him on your fantasy team, you're still having a good day. And speaking of big runs, here is another one by Teague. Teague cutting up the field, and he is just going to cut it right to the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers.
Wow, a 55-yard touchdown run on the second play of the half. Talk about your momentum right there. They scored with 15 seconds to go in the first half and then come out and score less than a minute into the second half.
So Teague just shreds the defense, 55 yards. Holliston leads it 27-0 pending the extra point. And now here's Teague, probably a little out of breath, set for the extra point. The snap and the kick. He wasn't that much out of breath. It's right through. 28-0, Holliston Panthers lead.
Yeah, his leg was working just fine there after that long run.
A rough start to the second half for the Hillers. We'll see what their offense can do.
Well, good news is they get the ball back with plenty of time to work with here in the second half.
Few TVL updates to tell you about. Medway defeated Medfield 21-13. Ashland leading Dedham big in the fourth quarter, 30-8. Norwood leads Westwood at the end of the third quarter, 21-6. And Norton all over Dover Sherborne, 24-0. Panthers will tee it up and kick it off after a 2-play drive that took them 60 yards up the field. Result, a 55-yard touchdown run by Connor Teague.
And just 53 seconds, too.
And this is sent sailing, and here comes the return for the Hillers. It's going to be a good return. Up to about the 36-37. A nice return there.
Yeah, the first return for the Hillers tonight.
What was that, Trevor Blinn on the return? Number 5?
Yes, it was.
So nice return by Blinn. That's certainly what the Hillers needed. They needed to start a drive with some good field position, and they'll start this one from their own 38.
Yeah, this is good starting field position for them. Somewhat, within yelling distance of midfield.
And we'll see if the Hiller offense can get something going. Quintello is going to take the snap, and he will test the left side of the defense and dive for about a yard or two.
Yeah, he's going to be short of the 40, I would guess. Yeah, just short of the 40. So maybe a yard.
So they'll mark him at the 39.
A lot of running for 1 yard.
Well, the Hillers, they couldn't get much going offensively in that first half. And really, it was 3 and out pretty much every drive. So we'll see if they figured out a way to get something going. Quintello going to line it up out of the gun. The back to his left is going to be Gavin Vogel. And he will take this himself, and we will get a whistle.
Dead. Probably an offsides, false start on the offense, I'd say. I didn't see a flag, but
it is going to be against the. Well, actually, yep, he is marching it back. It's against the Hillers. False start. That'll push him back 5.
Repeat second down.
So 2nd and 14.
Yes, you would be correct.
I got my calculator out.
Well, Hiller field hockey got a big win against Holliston today, 3-2 win, and Hiller girls volleyball getting a 3-2 win against first place Westwood.
Yeah, Tom, you were doing double duty today. You were down at the field hockey game.
Yes. Yeah, we had a whole lot of Hiller sports to bring the people today. The snap, and he'll throw it, and it's hauled in by Nick Pedroli at around the 38-39. Took it up to about the 40.
Yeah, 6 or 7 yard gain right there. Nice pass play by the Hillers. Unfortunately, they had already been pushed back by that penalty, so it's going to be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8.
And that's the longest play of the night so far for the Hillers.
Yeah.
Brings up 3rd and 8. Back to the line they go. Buentello is going to line it up out of the gun. Vogel to his left. Has a pair of receivers to his left. He's going to take it himself. And he will make it to about the 43-44 before being dragged down by Lucas Badenkoff and company.
Yeah, Holliston was blitzing. The Hiller offensive line was able to pick it up. But it was a quarterback run for Buentello, and he did pick up about 5 yards there. So we're looking at about 4th and 4.
So the Hillers starting to find a little bit of room on this drive, but they'll need a big first down play right here.
Yeah, going for it here on 4th down. High risk, high reward here. But you're already down 28, so might as well go for it.
Buentello going to line it up out of the gun with a back to his left.
Showing blitz.
And maybe they're just seeing if they...
Nope,
we do have a flag.
That's why I'm not noticing the flags.
They're pink tonight. I think I've seen some yellow ones too, so I don't know if they're all pink. But it's going to be a false start against the Hillers. Not what you want to do there. I think they were trying to get Holliston to jump off sides, and instead they get whistled for the false start. So now it looks like they may punt it away.
Yeah, now it's 4th and 9, and they are going to punt it, or at least line up to punt it.
Here comes Reese Goldweber. The snap and the kick, and he sends it sailing end over end. Back to the 29. Here comes the return. Along the far side goes Gimblett, and Gimblett is dragged out of bounds at around the 43-44. So Holliston will once again have pretty good field position.
Yeah, a decent punt, not a great one, not a bad one either. But they did get a pretty good return out of it. So Holliston's going to start with pretty good field position again at their own 44, about where they started the game with the ball.
7:18 left to go in the third quarter, and the Hiller defense will get back to work, hoping for a big stop. Kafka going to line it up out of the gun. He'll hand it off, a run up the middle, and it's a good one. A pickup of several yards there.
Yeah, about, about 8 or 9 yards.
And that was, I believe, Pierce Duncan on the carry, number 32.
Looks like about 8 yards, yeah. So now we're looking at 2nd and 2.
2nd and 3.
Officially. A short 3.
Yeah, it is a little shorter than 3 yards, you're right. Kafka out of the gun once again. He's going to hand it off. And dragged down in the backfield is Kylie Vargas. Good stop by the Hillers there, and that's going to cost Holliston some yardage.
Yeah, nothing doing there. No hole at the line. Made him turn to his right, and he couldn't get around the corner. Good pursuit. Good clogging of the lanes there by the offensive line, and good pursuit on the edge.
It looks like they lost a couple on that sweep attempt.
Yeah, we're looking at about 3rd and 4 now.
And the Panthers, I mean, they don't really need to have urgency, up 28-0. They are going to try to keep this drive going and keep that clock moving. A run up the middle, and that is going to be enough for the first down.
And that's Remy Mandeville, I believe, on that carry.
You are correct.
Sophomore. So they're starting to kind of rest their horses in the backfield, it looks like, so far at this point.
Well, yeah, they're mixing it up, and it's working. Getting the fresh legs in there as they are up to the 39-yard line. It was a 10-yard pickup on that last run.
Yeah, Kafka's still in there, but he's got Vargas and Mandeville in there in the backfield at this point.
Here's another run up the near side. This gets to about the 35, and that is about a 4-yard pickup.
Mandeville again on the carry. Although Rodenheiser was out there.
Well, the Panthers' run game is working, so why stop using
right?
it?
And it doesn't seem like it matters who's back there.
They're nickel and diming their way up the field and taking away a lot of clock.
Yeah, 2nd and 6, 4.5 minutes to go in the third here.
And it's the fullback this time, and he gets maybe a yard or two before he's tripped up. That was Pierce Duncan.
Yeah, he was tripped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Pierce Duncan, number 32, with the carry.
So now we're looking at 3rd and 4 here for the Panthers.
3rd and about 5.
And we are approaching 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Holliston's going to take their time, I would guess, for the rest of the game here, getting in their plays, getting up to the line of scrimmage. No reason for them to hurry.
Well, it also will have the running clock rule into effect as well. I believe if they get another touchdown. Kafka lined up out of the gun, back to his left, motion right to left, takes the snap. Actually, that's not Kafka out there. It's number 5, but he pitched it to his left, and it's a big gainer there by Remy Mandeville.
It's Thomas Quinn as the quarterback.
And Mandeville moves the chains for the Panthers as they get up to the 24-yard line. When you got to imagine, Wally, this defense has got to be tired. They've been on the field the majority of the game, and it looks like this Panthers running game may have just tired them out.
Yeah, and that's how a defense gets tired, is when the other team really can run on you, and that really puts the pressure on the defense and really tires them out. You like to see them rotate guys in and out. You don't know how deep the defense really is until you see it. And they've been on the field a long time tonight.
So the backups are in for the Panthers, and they are working effectively. Motion left to right. It's going to be a keeper. Right up the middle he goes. And
Thomas Quinn, again.
Another good gain there.
Looks like over a 10-yard run, first down. And we've got...
Ball is marked at around the, I want to say, 11, 12-yard line.
Will Boucher for the Hillers coming off the field a little bit lame there, limping off, but he'll probably be all right.
So the clock continues to run. This is a drive that has eaten up over 5 minutes. And it continues for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line. Motion right to left. It's going to be a keeper. Up the middle he goes. And Thomas Quinn gets 3 or 4 yards before he's dragged down by Lucas Reed.
So Thomas Quinn's a junior, or Kafka's a senior, so next year we'll probably be looking at a lot more of Thomas Quinn.
Well, they're going to get a good glimpse of him tonight, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he likes to run. Or at least that's what Holliston likes to do when they have a 4-touchdown lead. And we've got a timeout by the Hillers.
Well, that'll give the defense a breather.
Give them a chance to, get a little oxygen.
Minute 18 left to go in the third quarter. Well, it's been a bit of a rough night for the Hillers tonight, Wally.
Yeah, it has been. We really thought it would be a closer game, where the records kind of showed to me very close. One's a 1-4 team, one's a 2-3 team, but Holliston really came in much stronger tonight.
Well, I could tell you about another team that's having a night that's even a little more rough. Norton leading Dover Sherborne 31-0 at the start of the second half.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one. We mentioned at the beginning, we kind of haven't mentioned it since, but the Hillers are out with their starting quarterback tonight, and another one of the captains as well. So Hillers are coming to this game a little short-handed, especially in one of the most important position at quarterback.
Here we go. Out there is Thomas Quinn for Holliston. He's going to hand it off. They're going to try to take it to the right side. He won't get very far. Good takedown there. On the tackle, number 10, Evan Fitzpatrick, bringing down Mandeville for a small loss.
Yeah, again, Hopkins. I keep saying Hopkins. Holliston taking their time to get to the line, using as much clock as they can. There's only 50 seconds left to go in the quarter, and I think
they'll have to run one more play.
Has the Hillers only had one possession in this quarter so far?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
this is exactly what you want to do if you're Holliston.
Yeah.
You're in Operation Burn Clock right now.
Yeah, you're dominating the time of possession in this game. Not only that, and yardage wise.
And it's going to be a pitch and a first down, pushing his way forward.
Well, Hillers are pushing back. Finally, nice.
But they're gonna mark him.
He'll get forward progress, but it's nice to see the Hillers
right.
to stand tough right there and not get pushed around. And that'll be it for the third quarter.
So Mandeville, I believe he got to around the 6 or 7, and that's how the third quarter will end. We'll have the fourth quarter coming up next on HCAM. You are tuned in to Hopkinton Hillers of Varsity Football. back, John. Welcome back. We are ready to continue on into the fourth quarter. Panthers have a first down at the Hillers 4, and they are attempting to put more points on the board.
Yeah, first and goal, too. So they got 4 cracks at it here from the 4.
They're going to line it up out of the eye, and it's going to be to the fullback. They push him forward, and Holliston saying he got in, and the refs agree.
Yeah, the referees agree.
Pierce Duncan with the 4-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that touchdown really should go to the rest of the offensive line, pushing them from behind. Like a little bit of a Philly tush push there almost. But whatever it takes. And that gives Holliston a 5-touchdown lead, pending the extra point here.
And that was a drive that ate up a whole lot of time.
Yeah, almost the whole third quarter.
Snap and the kick, and it is no good. A rare miss.
Yeah, they're experimenting with other kickers. I think that was Jack McElligott.
So the score with, and we do have the running clock into effect, Wally. So the clock will keep running as Holliston has the 34-0 lead.
Yeah, so if the Hillers want to do anything, they really have to use their time wisely and go a lot of a hurry-up offense here.
Well, the Panthers, they had a very tough non-league schedule. So this is a team that came in here battle-tested, ready to go. And the Hillers, they've had to deal with some injuries and a lot of new faces at a lot of different positions. And the Panthers, they were ready for tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, this was a tough way for some of these guys to come in who haven't started before this in the season.
Set to kick it away is Jack McElligott, or at least he teed it up. We'll see who kicks it away. It will indeed be McElligott. And it's a nice sailing kick, end over end, all the way back to about the 11-12.
Oh,
and we're going to have a
there
good
he goes.
return, burning through. Here he comes, Nick Pedroli, and Pedroli gets into Holliston territory, and he's brought down at around the 36-yard line.
Oh, I really thought he was going to break that all the way.
That'll give the Hiller fans something to get excited about.
Yeah, it's nice to have something to cheer about for this game. This has been a tough one. So that's a nice big play. That's something really exciting.
So the Hillers have a 1st and 10 at the Holliston 36. And could this be the momentum boost they need to get something going offensively? Quintello going to line it up out of the gun with the back to his left. Motion from left to right. Takes the snap. And he's going to take it himself up the middle, and he finds a little bit of room.
Yeah, he's got about 5 yards there.
Yeah, 6-7 yards before Charlie Stott dragged him down, the Holliston captain.
Yeah, looks like about 6 yards. Yeah, nice carry. He does run with conviction. He gets the ball, he turns it right upfield, and he's not dancing around at all. He sees the crease, and he goes right for it.
Back up to the line they go. Quintello with a back to his right, 2 receivers either side. Takes the snap, throws up the left side. It's complete to Nick Pedroli, and Pedroli was close to the first down. I think he might have got it.
The linesman's motioning like he's got it. I think the refs are going to call timeout, and they're going to measure it. Nope, they're going to give him the first down.
First down, Hillers. So they got a little spark now.
Yeah, definitely their deepest penetration into Holliston territory. And another good first down.
Up to the line they go. Quintello out of the gun, takes the snap, and he's going to take it himself, fighting his way forward, and he gets inside of the 20, and he's brought down at around the 16.
Yeah, real nice run there. Again, just saw the first crease and attacked it, and got a nice 9-yard pickup there.
Longest play of the night so far for the Hillers. But they have something going offensively, and you know, in a game like this, doesn't start off your way. This is what you want to see in these late minutes, a spark. You want to see your team fighting.
Yeah, not giving up. And still forging ahead. They're on the 16-yard line. They're getting close to the goal line, I think.
And the one thing I could say is they certainly aren't giving up. That's for sure. They're still out there trying hard and trying to make something happen.
So that's a penalty on Holliston. Encroachment by Holliston. So that's going to be 5 yards and a first. So it's be 1st and 5.
So the Hillers will move up to the 11-yard line. And that will also move the chains.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 11.
The Hiller crowd starting to make some noise. Quintello out of the pistol will hand it off. Pedroli cutting upfield through the defenders. Is he in? It's close. It looks like he might have been out of bounds.
I don't see a signal.
At around the 1 or 2.
Yeah, right about the 1.
That was a 10-yard pickup as he did get the first down.
First and goal to go from the 1.
First and goal from the 1.
So this will be nice if they get some points out of here, get on the scoreboard.
Well, you onside kick it, and who knows, Wally.
Then you're right back in it. Now you definitely don't want to come out of this game with no points. So it's important to get points on the board here.
Got to get that 0 off the board. They're coming out of the I formation, and it's going to be Pedroli, and he will take it up the middle for the Hiller touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown run by Nick Pedroli.
Great blocking, and we've got a flag now, a late flag. But I think the touchdown will stand. He walked right in. Great blocking up front on the left side of the line. Let's see what the flag is. I saw a big piece of pink laundry in the air. So he's coming over to talk to Coach Sanborn about the penalty, probably about how he wants to accept it, decline it, or on the kickoff.
I believe it was on Holliston.
So touchdown is good.
Excessive celebration, maybe?
No, it's on Holliston.
Oh, it's on Holliston. All right.
And it's going to be.
It looks like we had some kind of offsetting situation.
No, I think they're going to take it on the kickoff, is what he's saying. They'll enforce it on the kickoff.
Well, you're a better lip reader than I am. The snap and the kick, and it is end over end and right through. So a nice kick by John Winslow, and it's a 34-7 game.
Hillers are on the board with a touchdown. That's nice to see. Good.
Now, since the Hillers are still down by 27, we do still have the running clock in effect, so only 4.5 minutes left here. We'll see if the Hillers try an onside kick. I'd imagine they will. Why not? What do you got to lose?
We'll see what that penalty was and see how far they enforce it here on the kickoff.
And the
heads up,
coach,
cheerleaders.
The special teams coach out there instructing this Hiller unit.
So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and they're going to kick it off from the Holliston 45, it looks like.
So the Hillers, they have a drive that lasted about 5 minutes or so, and they went 36 yards for a 1-yard touchdown run by Nick Pajoli.
Yeah, so the Hiller's going to kick off from the Holliston 45.
Oh, so the penalty is
15-yard penalty, and it's being assessed on the kickoff.
This could really help the Hillers here if they could pin Holliston back very deep. But
even an onside kick gives pushes them back a little bit further than they have at least started. But it looks like they are going to kick it deep, or at least line up like they are.
In this situation, certainly no reason not to try the onside kick, considering they're going to be pinned back a little bit no matter pretty much what the situation.
Little chip.
And he waits for the fair catch, and it's caught. Holliston will start this drive from their own 28.
the 28-yard line where Holliston will take over.
I don't like that. You're giving him like a little fly ball that he can catch short, and you're giving them good field position. I like a bouncing ball better, on the ground, something that's a little harder to catch or kick it deep. So you've accomplished neither with a little chip kick like that. You're not pinning them deep, and you're not giving yourself a chance to recover the ball.
Yep, I think it was a pretty good effort by the Hillers there. And the running clock back into effect. And Wally, I like the running clock rule. When a game's out of reach, it prevents injuries and things like that. So it's worked out pretty well since they implemented it just a couple of years ago. They're going to line it up out of the gun. And it will be a run up the middle and not go very far. Remy Mandeville is the running back. Will Boucher on the stop. Will Boucher.
Yeah, he's back in the game. He had come off limping earlier, but I'm glad to see he's back in there. Yeah, nice defensive play. So
lost a 2 there.
Hillers are in a cover 1 defense with 1 deep safety. Everybody else up on playing man-to-man. So nowhere for anybody to hide. And Boucher was able to make a great tackle there right behind the line of scrimmage for a 2-yard loss.
And in this quick-moving fourth quarter, 1:40 and counting left to go.
Boy, time really does fly when the clock runs.
Yes, it certainly does. It is Jack McDonald out there for Holliston as the quarterback. Hands it off. And Mandeville up the middle, about a yard, and pretty much the Panthers could just run out the clock here.
Right, yeah, there was a huge hole there for Mandeville, and he hit that hole, and it closed very quickly. He didn't get anywhere. He got to the hole, and then it closed in on him.
Well, the Hillers will have a chance in just 6 days to try to get back in the win column, where they will welcome in the Norwood Mustangs. We'll have the game live for you on HCAM, and you have to imagine that this team for that game, is going to be perhaps a little bit better than they were in some situations tonight, and it's always a good battle when Hopkinton and Norwood meets up, so it should be a very interesting TV large matchup. Ooh, big hit delivered on the running back, and wow, delivering that hit was that number 6 for the Hillers, Matt Bernardin.
What a huge hit. That was a steamroller.
Well, he'll send Remy Mandeville home with a little memory.
Yeah, right? And that'll do it.
That's going to do it. The Hillers fall short tonight, 34-7, but they got a little bit of momentum late in the game. They strung together a touchdown drive, and Wally, they at least have something to work with coming out of that touchdown drive.
Right, yeah, they really were down the whole night, and they really couldn't get anything going on offense. The defense was really kind of worn out, it looked like, and at the end of the game there, the Hillers offense was able to come out and show something, drive down the field, punch it in for a touchdown, and that gives them a little something to hang their hat on at the end of the night. It's nice not to go home shut out, so hopefully they can take a little solace in what happened here at the end of the game.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be back at it next Thursday. When the Hillers welcome in Norwood. Look at that. We're getting 2 straight home games.
Oh, yeah, 2 in a row.
2 in a week?
Yeah.
It's not even next Friday.
Yeah, 2 in 1 week.
So we'll see what the rest of the season brings. A rough loss for the Hillers tonight, but certainly a lot to improve on, and they got these young guys some great experience out there tonight, too.
Right.
So that was good to see. But for a big thank you to our crew tonight, John Ritz, Denise Antaki, Ben Leibowitz. For my broadcast partner, Wally Henneberry, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers football on HCAM. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will talk to you again Thursday, where the Hillers welcome in Norwood. Good night, everybody. Thanks again.